Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the words of BILVAVI, MISHKAN, EVNEH. And he says like this, a person says to himself, I don't remember who I'm working hard in front of. I don't remember that I'm standing in front of the Rabbi Shalom. We were talking about over here, we're being accused of being people that are not living in the world of Panemius, that we live with an inner understanding and an expression of our awareness that we're standing and sitting and living before the Rabbi Shalom. So a person will say to himself, I don't know that? Of course I know I'm in front of, I'm a frum yid. I wake up in the morning, at 6 o'clock in the morning, I run the shul. I put on tefillin. I give tzedakah to the poor people that come in and are asking for money. I go home, I eat breakfast, I make brachas, I wash my hand, I bench afterwards. I get my kids off to school to learn Torah, where I'm paying $20,000, $30,000 a year just for the tuition of one kid. I end up getting myself ready for Shabbos and for learning and for I don't know, who do you think I'm doing it for? For my own health? I'm spending money just because I like to spend money? Everything I do in my life, I'm doing because I recognize that there's a Rabbi Shalom, there's a master and a creator of this universe. So what does it mean over here that a person could say to himself, but I don't know who I'm working in front of. I don't know that I'm standing in front of Hashem. I don't know that everything I do is for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Of course I remember Hashem. Barali hadara bebreirus gemora. It is clear as day to me. Shani amal lefanav yizbarach shemai, that all of the hard work and the effort that I make in Torah and in mitzvahs, in tzedakah and chesed, in learning and in davening, everything that I do, I know clearly that I'm standing in front of Hashem. And that's the normal response that anybody would say at this point in the Sefer of BILVAVI MISHKAN EVNEH. Why is he telling me that I don't think about HaKadosh Baruch Hu? I know I'm standing in front of Hashem. So says BILVAVI, b'chidei lahavin ma'atos bekach, in order to understand the mistake that a person is making when they say such a thing, bekach nitei mashal adav. Let me give you a mashal, a parable, so you'll understand. Adam yeshev liyad hashulchan. A person is sitting next to a table. And in front of him is food. Basa, there's meat, tapuch adama, there's potatoes, orez, there's rice, kedai, whatever. He has a full plate of food. He sees the food. However, at the time that he wants to eat them, they tell him, sorry, you cannot eat yet. He sees a beautiful tray of food in front of him. He's hungry, his mouth begins to salivate, and he's wanting for that tasty food that's in front of him, and they tell him, sorry, you cannot eat. And then he says, please, can I eat? I'm hungry. It looks so good. They answer him, what are you lacking? Why do you have to eat? You know that there's food on the table. You see the food on the table. What are you lacking that you need to eat from the plate? It's clear. He knows that there's food. He sees that there's food. However, it doesn't satisfy him. As long as a person only knows that there's food, but the food is outside of his body, he is not going to be satisfied from the food that is there. Only when the food actually enters into him, and the food begins to digest inside of his intestines, then he will be a satisfied person from the food. Food on the plate, it's wonderful. The aroma, it is tantalizing. It looks delicious. But if it never makes it inside the body, he's not going to be filled up from the food that he has knowledge of that is sitting on the plate. This mashal, this parable, let us explain it a little bit that we can understand the nimshal, the message and the lesson that is coming from it. The main thing a person has to know who they are working hard in front of with all the Torah and all the mitzvahs. Yesh yada kashem shadam yodei sheish oichel. Just like a person knows that there's food in front of him in this parable that we said, but nevertheless he's not allowed to eat it. Says the BILVAVI MISHKAN EVNEH that if a person knows that there's a Rabbi Shalom and he knows that he's supposed to be working hard in front of him, his Torah, his mitzvahs, his davening, his chesed, his tzedakahs, fixing his midos, everything, it's supposed to be in front of Hashem, but he only knows that. So then that's like a person who's sitting at the table and he sees the food, he smells the food, he's hungry and he's ready to eat, but he doesn't have the permission to put into his body yet. Nevertheless, when the person ends up eating the food and he chews and he swallows and he digests, and then he's benefiting from the food, he's enjoying the food, it's filling him up, it's giving him nutrients and minerals and vitamins and strength, so too, when a person begins to imbibe the life of someone that is living lifnai v'lifnim in front of the Rabbi Shalom, when I'm living with this awareness inside of my heart that there is a Bari Olam, there's a master, and he's watching and listening and he's involved in my life every single step of the day, then we go from the sitting by the side or next to that idea, and actually that idea comes deep inside of us. Much more to say. This is a little bit of a long paragraph and chapter we have, so we're going to wait in Mitzvah Hashem till next week to be able to learn more about how we make this mashal a reality in our lives. Have a wonderful day.